a bolster or block underneath your sitting bones, or you can be supported by blocks underneath your knees, or anything else that kind of makes sense for you today. Place your hands on top of your knees. One on the right, one on the left. And let's start with the palms down for a moment as you put gentle pressure to the thigh or to the space between the hip crease and the thigh. And just lift your chest. So start to find some space in the abdomen. Start to slow down your thoughts and the sounds and the white noise. Take a few rounds of breath, just settling in. And you know, today is Earth Day, so remind yourself of the earth that we live on and how we want to start to really take care of it. And so practice with peace and love and attention to that. Bring your hands to your heart center. Touch the thumbs to your heart center. So it will do somewhat of a grounding flow today. Allow your chin to tuck towards your chest. So we'll be connected a lot to the earth today. Bring your hands to your third eye. Gently bow forward over your legs. Release your hands to the floor. Walk them out while you keep your torso in somewhat of an upright position. Shoulders down. Imagine that you're pulling the mat, towards you. So you're creating a little pressure towards you as you extend your spine. Inhale and exhale. Just being mindful of how your body feels at any given time. Inhale, rise to your fingertips, walk over to your left side, all the way to the left side. Bring your left hand down and stretch your right arm up and over. Press into the left arm, or you can release the left forearm to the floor or the block. Excuse me. Inhale, walk back up to the ceiling, arms up. Exhale, reach forward and just press your arms out again. Walk over to your right side and start to walk all the way to the right. As the right arm stays, left arm reaches up and we open up. So this is an okay bend for you, Shel. Breathe. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, release the arms behind your back, fingers in any direction. Lean back and shake out your legs and switch the cross of your legs. Just if you don't remember what it is, it's the habitual side that we tend to take all the time. Adjust yourself on the sitting bones once again, and this time place your hands on top of your thighs. Once again, palms down, but towards your knees, lift your chest. Extend the spine here, and then flex the spine as you roll backwards. So some of you will go deeper, some of you will go less deep. Pull your shoulders, chest forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round back. You can keep with that or start to make some circles out of your torso and just give a little juice and love to your spine, your hips, your knees, and reverse the circles if you're doing that. Inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, reach your arms up all the way. Inhale. Walk your hands back out in front of you. Again, imagine that you're pulling the mat towards you today. So you pull and extend your spine a little bit more. Good. Inhale, walk your hands back in so you're sitting upright. Take your left hand behind you. Hi, Maria. Lift your chest. And just look over your left shoulder or rotate your torso to the left. Inhale. inhale, lift up and bring both arms behind you. Once again, chest open. And exhale, take your left arm to the outside of the right leg, and either just turn your eye gaze or turn your torso. Inhale, come back to center with both arms behind you. If you're sitting on something, you can stay on it or take it off. Bring your legs and undo the cross, and I'm just going to move my blocks, and then just rock side to side on your hips until you stay over to the right side. And just let your knees fall over to the right side. Some of you may want to take your right ankle on the outside of the left knee, and that's fine. You get a nice stretch from your hip to your knee. Chest opens up, shoulders are really pulling back and opening up, creating space in the front of your chest, shoulder, collarbones. If your leg is on top of the other leg, take it down. Keep the legs wide and move your knees over to the left side. Take your left foot, if you'd like, on top of the outside of the right hip. You know, nothing has to happen. All you have to do is breathe. Release your foot, but you know, if you want to make these shapes happen, that's fine. Come back to the center. And then once you get to the center, take the soles of the feet in front of you in a wide diamond shape, not close. Place your hands behind you. Everybody, lift your chest up. So we're not looking for the closest heel to groin situation here. Inhale, lift out of your waistline. And then exhale, release your hands. Take your hands inside the diamond, under your calves, and fold forward a little. So some of you might even want to put a block underneath your head to support your head on it. And if you don't want to fold that much forward, stay with the lift in your torso. And just allow everything to kind of surrender here. So we, worked our hips open and closed. And in neutral. Couple more breaths, it's all we're staying for right now. And then begin to bring yourselves up slowly. If you have your head on a block or anything else, move everything off to the side. Gently draw your knees together and take your legs off to either side. Come to your hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Hips and shoulders width apart. Tuck your toes, dip your belly, arch your back, and find that cow pose once again. Exhale, round and curl. You can release the toes and tuck the tailbone underneath you. Spread the shoulders, look upwards towards your belly button. And inhale, dip your belly, arch your back, tuck the toes. Exhale, round and curl, pull the belly in, spread the shoulders. Inhale, come back to neutral and walk your hands forward a little bit, just a little bit. And start to make circles now, getting a little bit more action into the hips, shoulders, wrists, ankles, knees, fingers, toes. So just a lot of good juice to your joints. And then reverse the circles if you're doing those. All right, inhale, come back to center. Let's open the knees wide. Sit back in child's pose. Extend the arms out in front of you. So stay nice and connected to the earth here with your hands. Drop the shoulders down and let your belly just soften between your thighs. Breathe down the sides of your body and from top to bottom. So up and down, side to side. From the underarms to the outer hips, 2 more breaths. Inhale, come back to your hands and knees. Knees under hips. Once again, right leg steps back. Tuck the toes underneath you. Rock on your toes, forward and back. Engage your right quadricep by just lifting the knee up towards the hip. And then stay here with your toes down, left hand down. You can move your left leg a little to the left side and open up to the right side. Right arm, this is okay, Sean. Breathe. Stack your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now keep your arms as they are and float your right leg off the floor. Find some energy down the outside of the leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now take your right arm over your head. Spin the palm down, then the thumb up. rotate your torso up, and then place your right foot back on the floor. Inhale, begin to bring yourself up to standing on your left knee. Good. Reach the arms up over your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen out of your spine. Exhale, release the arms behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. And then just lean your torso over to the left side. Watch the signs. Inhale, release your arms, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, turn to the front of your mat, right leg up, left arm out. Spinal balancing. Tuck your right toes to the floor. Step your left hand down. Tuck your left toes underneath you. Lift your hips. Step your left foot back to meet your right downward facing dog and walk your dog right, left. Bending one knee at a time. You know, if downward dog doesn't work for you, just be in a child's pose. Press the chest towards the thighs, biceps by the ears. And stay in a nice downward dog for some stillness for about 3 breaths here. Don't lock out your knees. You can always, I keep my knees bent to protect my lower back. And so you can keep your knees bent, but if it's easy for you to straighten them, you like that, go for it. This is a practice that, you know, is up to you and your body. Inhale, shift forward to a high plank, top of a push-up position. Lower your right knee to the floor. Keep your left foot back behind you. Rock on the ball of the foot a little bit. And then keep your right hand down. Hold the leg still. Turn yourself to the left side. The right leg can move with you. Left arm comes up, so you stack your arms over each other. Lift out of your right waistline. Take a breath as you begin to lift your left leg off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, take your left arm over your head, spin the thumb open, lift your heart, and then lower the left leg again. Inhale, rise up, arms out to the side. Exhale, arms up, inhale. Reach out of your waistline. Exhale, release your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, go one finger over from your normal grip, inhale. And exhale, lean over to the right side, just a little, a lot, whatever feels right to you. Good, inhale, release your right hand down, left arm up. Exhale, spin yourself forward, left leg up, right arm out. Breathe in, find length through the spine. Point your toes down towards the floor. Exhale, hand down, left toes tuck underneath you. Right toes tuck underneath you. Lift your hips and step your right foot back downward facing dog. Bend one knee then the other. And then find stillness. Biceps by the ears, underarms lifted and strong. Inhale and exhale. Good, rise up onto your tippy toes, look forward, bend your knees and walk your feet to the top of your mat. You can put your hands on blocks, you can put your hands on your shins, your thighs, or you can grab opposite elbows and forward fold. And only go to the point, you know, with your legs being straight that you can. So bend them as much as you need to, shift some of the weight forward into the balls of your feet so your hips are stacked over your heels. And of course, if you have your center of gravity a little bit off for whatever reasons, then you just put your hands where you need to. And widen your legs if you need to. Good. Release the arms, switch the cross of the arms if you're holding them. If you're not holding them, just let go for a moment. And everybody can release their hands, place the hands on their hips, lengthen your spine, inhale, press down to rise up. All the way up to standing, release your arms by your side. So if you're not at the top of your mat, travel up a little bit, bring your feet a little bit closer together, or wider if you need that, that's fine. Right? So I tend to keep my feet a little bit wide, about hips width apart. Spread your arms down. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way up. Exhale, open your arms, half fold, or half salutation, hands to the floor. Bend your knees when you get there. Lengthen your spine, inhale, then choose to straighten your legs or keep them bent. As you exhale, fold in. Push down through your feet, look forward, rise up to standing. You can take your hands on your legs to walk yourself up as much as you need to. Release your arms by your side. We'll do that again. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, open the arms out, bend the knees forward, fold hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold your body in half. Press down, inhale, rise up to stand, bring the arms with you. Exhale, bring the prayer to your heart center, release your arms by your side. One more time, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold, swan dive, or bring your hands to center, doesn't matter. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, press down, rise up. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. And exhale, take the prayer to your heart center. Stay grounded for a moment. Open up your eyes and look inside. Inhale, release your arms and place them on your hips. Exhale, step your right foot out to the right side. Take a block with you if you'd like. Just place it in the center for now, and you'll decide if you want to use it. So both feet right now are parallel to each other, and you're facing the right side of your mat. Inhale, stretch your arms out, shoulder height, and put energy in your arms. So imagine that you're holding something up. Your toes or your arms should be right above your ankles. So if you're in a little too close, open your feet a little wider. It's about one of your own leg lengths between your two legs. Good. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to turn the right toes, so your back toes towards the right side of the mat, the back of the mat. Your left toes turn slightly forward. So if you had a clock on the left wall that you're facing, or the right wall that you're facing, your toes would be somewhere around pointing in towards 11 o'clock. Inhale. Bend your right knee. Press the left big toe down. Right knee in line with the hip. Right knee over the ankle in line with the second, third toes. Eye gaze is steady towards, I'm just looking at you, and there's a fly in my room. I'm just looking at you from my camera, but I want you to look towards your right hand or even towards your left side. And then inhale, straighten your arms and legs, right arm up and over towards the back. Good. Inhale, re-bend your knees, warrior two, look towards your right hand. Exhale, straighten the legs, arm up, lean back. Inhale, bend your knee, warrior two. Stay in warrior two. Reach in all directions. Ground yourself firmly through your feet. Back leg is straight, not locked, but your pinky toe and your big toe are pressing into the floor. Your right thigh is about parallel to the floor, so bend the right knee more. Almost everybody. The sensation you're feeling is action in your muscles, right? Your glutes are working on the right leg, your quads are strong. One more breath. Left arm down. Keep the knee bent, right arm up. Lift out of your waistline again. Inhale, begin to straighten your legs. Arms back out, thumbs up to the sky. Now here's where you might want to block. So if you do, grab a block in your right hand. You can shorten your back leg in a little bit, so you'll see where your stance needs to be modified. And then bump your hips left and reach your torso to the right. Take your block, if you're using it, on its highest height outside your right shin. Not the ankle, a little further back. So now the shoulders can stack and the hips open up to the left side. Feel the stretch down the right side of the body, down the left side of the body, all sides of the body. Legs are firm, so it's really important here that you put this action into your legs. Rotate your torso. Breathe in, breathe out. Press firmly into the ground. One more breath. Take the block in your hand if you're using it. Inhale, rise up. Stand up tall. Take the right foot in. Turn the left toes out. Bring the block towards the left side just to have it there. Open your arms again. So if you shortened your stance before, you might have to re-widen it. Bend your left knee. Just get the feel of the warrior two. The back toes are turned in now towards 2 o'clock on the clock. Good. Inhale, straighten your left leg, right arm down, left arm up, side stretch. Inhale, rebend, warrior two, exhale, look. Good. And inhale, straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, bend, warrior two. I might have changed the breathing on this side. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend, warrior two, hold. Don't hold your breath. Firm all the toes on the front and the back foot. Back leg is straight, so your knee doesn't buckle in like you're on a surfboard, right? You've got stability here. We're way more grounded than a surfboard today. Breathe in, breathe out. Sink a little lower if you can. Bend your left knee a little bit more. Nice job. Good. Looking good, guys. Inhale. And exhale. Good. You know, it's been said that the pose begins when you want to get out of it. Right? So stay for another breath. Keep your knee bent. Right arm down, left arm up. Lift out of the waistline again. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, come up and over. You decide if you want to shorten your back leg in, bump your hips to the right, reach your torso to the left, and the left hand, if you're using a block, goes on the outside of your shin on its highest height as the right arm lifts up to the sky. Big toe presses down firmly. So imagine that your entire back body is against a wall. So top shoulder, top hip, bottom hip. Find some space here. Press down to your feet, look down to your toes. Take the block in your hands, inhale, rise up. Turn your left toes forward, now facing the side of the mat. Bring the block into your hands and just place it on the floor for a moment. Hands onto your hips, turn your toes open. Bend your knees, tuck your tailbone below you, shoulders over hips. Inhale, bring your arms up in the same position like a goal post. Breathe in and out. So your toes and hips are open. Sink your hips down. Exhale, hinge your torso forward, place your hands on your thighs. Press your right shoulder in. Just stretch it out. Good. Inhale, back to the other side. Come back to center. Round your back. Lift your torso back up. Open your arms into that goddess goal post. Exhale, squeeze your arms together as you straighten your legs. Inhale, open up the arms to a T, or to a goal post. Exhale, squeeze, straighten the legs, bring the arms together. Inhale, open out. Exhale, bring the arms together. Turn the toes forward. Inhale, open your arms, stretch it out. Turn your right toes to the right, move your block to the outside of your right thigh, right calf. Bend your right knee, warrior two. Inhale, straighten, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten, reverse. And exhale, hold warrior two. About 5 breaths. Squaring your shoulders over your hips so your torso faces the left side of your room. Right thigh is bent, parallel. 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale, keep your knee bent and reverse your arms. And then straighten your front leg. Exhale. Inhale, lift up and out. And find that triangle position. Right hand to the outside of the shin, left arm up and over. So we're talking about the moon in this song in particular. We're talking about Earth Day, but our Earth has a moon, so we're going to find our moon, only half of it. Bring your left hand to your hip. Bend your right knee. I know I say grounded, but you know the moon's important. So we're going to take ourselves into half moon. Stepping your left leg into the air. Hand on the floor block. Left arm, left hip, open out. Left arm can come up. Think of yourself in an L-shaped position. Balancing. Nice, good. Good, your toes point forward. So your hip rotates on top, very nice. All my moonies over here. Good. So we're gonna take this lunar landing back into our triangle pose. So soften your right knee and then step back a generous amount. Use your block if you're using it into triangle. Good morning. Hi, Sin. Breathe in, breathe out. We just took a lunar landing. Inhale, rise up, bring the block with you. Turn your toes to face the right side. So we're facing, Cindy, the right side of our mat. And then turn your left toes out to the side. Open your arms to a T. Bend your left knee, warrior two. Exhale, straighten the front leg, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, straighten. Rebend. And straighten. Rebend. Hold warrior two, 5 breaths. Inhale. And exhale, firm out your back leg. So while we're, holding the pose, we're not holding our breath, but we're also refining the pose. So sometimes we have general subtle movements that we can make to adjust it. Good, 2 more breaths, inhale. Exhale, one more time, sink a little bit lower, find some energy in your legs. Now keep your leg bent, inhale, reverse your arms. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Rise up and reach out, hips go out to the right. Exhale, place your hand where it goes. Right arm up. You can shorten your stance or you can stay in a long stance. If you're using a block, it's best to have it behind your shin or your calf, or it's kind of on the outside, and on its highest height. Breathe. Yeah, sometimes you get crampy. One more breath. We're going to go back to the moon. Right hand can stay up or go to your hip. Left hand can stay on the block or on the floor to the side or in front of your left foot. It will be more challenging if your hand is in front of the foot. So take it where you need to. Spin your shoulders and hips open. And the right arm floats up. Hug your hip in. Breathe. Find some firmness, some stillness, some steadiness, some peace as we take the lunar landing. We're going to take away from the moon, go back to the earth in 3, 2, soften your front leg, 1, step back into your triangle pose. Nice work, guys. Inhale, rise up, take the block with you. Turn your left toes back to the right, place the block in the center. Hands on your hips, turn your toes out again. Bend your knees, tuck your tailbone underneath you. Inhale, stretch your arms shoulder height. And then bring your hands behind your head, elbows out. Inhale, sink a little lower. Exhale, lean to the right side. A little. Your elbow goes behind your hip. Inhale, come back to center. Try to do this all with your hips in the same level. Exhale, left arm behind your left hip. So in other words, don't lift up to come back to center. Stay low. Exhale, right side. Keep opening your knees out. One more time to the left. Come back to center. Set your hips down. Exhale, hinge forward. Put your hands on your thighs. Once again, put your right shoulder forward. Going up. And then switch. Come back to center. Good. Turn your toes forward and roll yourself up to standing. Bring your hands back to your hips. Turn to the front of your mat and step to the top of the mat. Arms down by your side. All right. in honor of our Earth Day, we have to do a tree pose, yeah, don't we? So, send your weight into your left leg, open your right hip out to the side. Trying to keep you grounded. I know this is not grounding, but this is trees. Trees are Earth, right? We've been to the moon, we're gonna stay on Earth with some trees. So right foot against the inner thigh, above or below the knee, and find a nice steady pose here. If you take any other variations of trees, you're welcome. Tuck the tailbone underneath you and hug the left leg in as you secure your right leg and your left inner thigh together. Breathe in, breathe out. Hug your hip in towards the center. If you want to grow your tree branches, because we've been watering our trees, taking care of our trees, our bodies. Inhale if your hands are up, bring them back to your heart. Release your right foot, step it back on the ball of the foot. Crescent lunge, so some people call it crescent moon lunge. Bring up. Good. Now let's tap our right knee down to the floor for a moment. Release the foot and just sink your hips down. So drop your weight away from your right knee. Inhale, lift your heart up. Good. So you'll have more balance if you bring the right leg behind you a little further. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor or the blocks. Straighten your front leg. Fold over it, toes up or down, lengthen your spine, inhale. And exhale. Good. Nice hamstring stretch, or maybe not so nice. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, rebend your left knee, tuck your right toes underneath you. Straighten your right leg and fold over it. So now we have a long stance. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Now, rebend your left knee and turn your right foot on its side, kind of like what we did before. Left hand on the outside of your left ankle with a block, preferably, on any height. Take your right hand to your right hip, open your torso to the right. Good. Stay there or bring your right arm up over your shoulder. So your left thigh is parallel to the floor. Your left arm is supported with a block if you have it, but you're not dumping into your neck and shoulders, right? You're not putting all the weight into your left hand. Your feet are still holding you up. Good. Inhale, take your right arm behind your back and just hold wherever. Some of you will grab the inner thigh and just turn your torso open. Left thigh parallel to the floor still. One more breath, everybody. Good. If your hand is bound, release it, take the arm up. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Look forward. Step your feet together, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chin to chest, ragdoll your body to stand all the way up. Sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, take the prayer to your heart center. And release your arms. Ground your right foot into the floor. Lift your left heel. Open your left hip out to the side. What happens is we tend to dump into this right hip now. So hug it into the center. And then take your left foot where you'd like to balance it, right? Above or below the knee. Hugging scissor, squeezing inner thighs, feet together. Hands to prayer, or you can bring your arms up over your head. Find some stillness, some steadiness. Some strength in the right leg. Hug that hip into center. And then bring your hands back to prayer. Slowly release your leg. Ooh, not so slow for me. And step it all the way back. So you're not on a train, you're not on a tightrope, you're on more of a train track. Right knee is bent, arms come up, crescent lunge. Lift out of your waistline, sink your hips low. Bend your back knee and allow it to come down to the earth. Good, and then drop your hips forward. So you get a nice release in your left psoas, your hip flexors, some of your hip flexors. Breathe in and out. Good. Inhale, release your hands to the floor of the blocks. Straighten your front leg, toes up or down, you choose. Inhale and exhale. Just fold over your leg. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Tuck your left toes underneath you, lift the knee up, and straighten your front leg. Fold over your right shin. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, let it go. Now, if you have a block, place it on the outside of your right leg. Bend your right knee, so your right hand is on the outside of your right foot. Turn your left toes on their side, about 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock on the clock. Inhale, bring your left hand to your left hip and turn your torso to the left side. Good. So you're supporting your hand on the block. It's really elevating the earth to you, but what you're not doing is putting all your body weight there. So, play with it, take it away and see what happens to your body. Left arm comes up over your shoulders, opening up your torso to the left side. And then take your left arm behind your back, a lot of little. So some of you will grab the inside of your right thigh and open up. Some of you will just grab your shirt or just touch your hip. And it's all right. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Stay in it. Stay in the game. Inhale, release your left arm straight up. Exhale, release your left hand down. Turn your torso, straighten your front leg and fold over it. Inhale, bend your right knee, look forward, step your left foot to your right foot, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, begin to rise up, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Release your arms by your side. Inhale, we'll salute the sun. Arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to a plank. Knees down is always an option. Skipping it and going in downward dog is an option. Or we take one or, 100 chaturangas. Lift up, upward dog. This is our first sun salute of the morning. Downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Inhale, high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, and take yourself back to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold, press down. Inhale, rise up, bring the arms with you overhead. Exhale, take the prayer to your heart. So that's called sun salutation A. We're going to do that again. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, forward fold your way, hands to floor, shins, blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump through push up, or you go right to upward downward dog. Or you bring your knees to the earth and do any other variations. Child's pose is another option. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, look forward, step to the top of your mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold, press down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, release your arms by your side. Last one, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins, blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward and downward facing dogs. Nice job. Breathe in, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Inhale, float your right leg high into the sky. Exhale, send your right foot all the way through. Step your back foot in about 1 or 2 feet closer. But again, you're not on a tightrope. Use a block. Actually, let's use blocks if you have them out in front of you, about arm's length out in front of you. Good. Lengthen your spine. Pull your right hip back. And if you only have one block, both hands can be on it. But I would go onto the top, the highest level, so that you can have a nice long spine here. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. From here, place your hands on your hips and rise up to standing. So again, you're not on a tightrope. If you see that your feet are or you can't see your left foot, walk the right foot out a little bit wider. Shoulders and hips are square to the front. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms behind your back, fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, or reverse prayer, up your fingers up towards your head. Inhale. And exhale, lift up and over. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward, so that your hips are level. Crown of the head towards the front of the mat, in line with your tailbone. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Good. Inhale. And today, exhale. Take your right hand inside of your right foot. Take your left hand to your hip. Turn to your left side, not to your right side. So we're not revolving triangle. We're but in a short triangle. Right hand on the floor of the block or your shin. But just make sure you have enough space to turn your torso open. So it's a short triangle and it's not a revolved triangle. That's why we never practice on half, because you never know what's going to happen. Big breath. Now, if you're in your triangle, your short triangle, take your left hand behind your back once again. Some of you will take your right arm underneath your leg and bind. And here you have an opportunity or an option to do a couple things. You can stay right where you are. You can bend your front knee and begin to float your back leg off the floor, or you can step your back leg to your front leg and begin to lift up into your bird of paradise. So I'm just going to see if anybody's going to take that challenge or not. And shove you. Good, Sin. There you go. Look at that. Nice. Lauren, good. All right, if you're doing any of those funky things. Good, Laura. Wow. Nice. And then release it. Here, I'll show Lauren. Oh, okay. I'll have to show her next time. All right, so if you were bound, go ahead and release it carefully. And then bring your left hand to your hip, look forward towards your right hip, turn it around, and step your feet together top of the mat. Exhale, fold, and then press down to rise up. We'll revisit that on the other side. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. In fact, we can do it right from here. So put your hands on your hips. Step your right foot back 2 to 3 feet. Inhale, and hinge forward as you exhale. Put your hands on the blocks in front of you. And again, if it's only one block, put both hands on one block. And just start to level out your hips. So start to feel the right hip tuck down and out under left hip, level it out. Being on the blocks will give you more length in your spine, more space in your spine and your torso. And, you know, that's a good thing. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Inhale, place your hands on your hips, rise up to stand. Good. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bring your arms behind your back, fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, or you can reverse your prayer. Fingers to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Square it off. Good. Only go as low as you can maintain a long spine here. Inhale. And as you exhale, release your left hand inside or on the block, and the right hand to your hip. Turn yourself to the right side of your mat. Short triangle, right arm up. So again, we're not revolving the triangle. We're holding on to the triangle. So options here to stay exactly as you are, because it's great. Or take your right arm, bind up behind your back. That's great too. Some of you will bind both arms underneath your left thigh. So if you're not sure, you can watch me for a second. Bend your left knee, and option again to stay where you are, or begin to float your right leg off the floor. It would be like a bound half moon, or you can come to the front of your mat and your arms are supporting your left leg as you float up to standing. I'm going to try to pin whoever's doing it. So breathe in, or just stay, simply stay in. There's Lauren in her bird of paradise. Nice, Lauren, really nice. Wow. Very impressive. And then bring it back down. Everybody step your feet together at the top of your mat. Nice. It's not letting me remove you, so you're staying on for the rest of the day. Says remove pin, but it's not. Ah, there we go. All right, standing forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. Sway a little side to side like we did earlier. And then come back to the center. Come to your fingertips, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, come into a low squat. And just simply place your feet on the floor and place your hips on the floor. Good, so you're sitting towards the front of your mat. Hold on to the inside or underneath your thighs, lift your chest up. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest and round your spine as you roll down. So support yourself, Shel, as you come down onto the floor. So your head is down for most of us on the floor or a bolster. Knees into the chest. Open your knees wide. So feet to the ceiling, hold on to the outer foot or the big toe. Happy baby pose, roll side to side. And if you can hold on to your toes and do this, great. Open up your legs. If not, you take your hands on the inside of your thighs. And if you're holding on, but your hips are lifted off the floor, let go. Good. So we're in a straddle on our back. Take your hands to the inside of your thighs and roll the thighs open. Release your hands if you can. Some of you hands prayer through the center. Lift your head and shoulders up. Flex your feet, press against the wall. And then exhale, head and shoulders down. Bring the soles of your feet together and then place them on the floor. Bring your arms over your head. So like we did in the beginning, a wide leg, bound position, right? Cobbler's pose. Not looking for the closest to the groin, but just looking for the opening in the hips. Inhale, release your hands. Take your arms and bring the legs together. We're going to do just one bridge today. Tilt your pelvis, so just so you can just go into that modified. Lift your hips up and rest your shoulders on the floor. Press the big toe, little toe, ball of the foot. And then, if you like, hands underneath your back. Good. Any variation of a bridge here, so if you have a wheel that you like to use, hands are going to come by your shoulders, top of the head, easily pull yourself up. And if that's not a pose you like to take, it's a beautiful heart-opening pose, but it's not for everybody. Neither is a bridge, so supported bridge is always a nice place to be as well. And if you're up, anything, articulate down. And everybody hug your knees to your chest. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right, let your knees twist over to the left. Shelby, just modify, open up your legs a little wider. Breathe and twist. Inhale through center, shift your hips left, knees fall to the right. Inhale, return to your center. Draw your knees back to your chest. Inhale. And exhale. Stretch your left leg onto the floor, right ankle above the knee. Press your right knee open a little bit wider. Back to that hip opening, release. Inhale, release the right leg. Put the left ankle above the right knee. Exhale, open up your left thigh with your left hand. Inhale, release the feet. Begin to extend the legs out in front of you and the arms over your head. Get your longest length from fingertip to toe tip. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms down by your side, palms face open. And breathe. Yeah, if there's anything you'd like to take, right now is a good time to do it. As I begin to let you settle into your Shavasana pose. Allow your body the opportunity, Pretty Cindy, to just simply let go. At home, stay fit, stay healthy.